Welcome to From the VC's Bookshelf, a podcast from TBR, the College System of Tennessee, the state's largest higher education system. In this series, we examine how we might re-envision the work we do and how we work together as we move into a post-pandemic world. Please join our host, Dr. Heidi Lemming, Vice Chancellor for Student Success, as she leads a live discussion with industry experts and leaders throughout our system.
The Statewide Outstanding Achievement Awards and Recognition, or SOAR celebration, recognizes individuals who've been nominated by their institutions as being among the best of the best in the categories of faculty, staff, and students. This year's finalists went through an initial interview process where they were selected as a regional winner that then moved on to our final statewide competition. In this podcast series, I'll be showcasing the regional award winners in a short interview so that listeners can learn more about the faculty, staff, and student finalists from across the TBR system. It's my hope that by learning more about the regional finalists, listeners will get a sense of the amazing stories and backgrounds of the individuals who work and learn at our institutions. So today I'm sitting down with our staff finalists for our technical colleges. Congratulations to all three of you for making it this far in the process. It's an amazing achievement in and of itself, regardless of the outcome of tonight's awards ceremony. So thank you. Congratulations. Rather than me introducing each of you, I'd like to give you a chance to introduce yourselves. So your name, your institution, maybe the role that you play, and anything else that you think might be interesting for our listeners to know about you. So we can start, here, Barry, with you and go around the table.
Well, I'm Barry Owens. I'm from TCAT Murfreesboro. I am the Student Services Coordinator. And what I do is basically I support the student from admissions to graduation. I do also oversee dual enrollment and recruiting efforts.
Great. Thanks for being here. How about you, Lewis?
My name is Lewis Wohlman. I work for TCAT Oneida, Huntsville. I'm the Correctional Programs Coordinator for MCCX, Morgan County Corrections. And my basic job is overseeing the programs, making sure all the curriculum's followed, answering any student questions, and making sure they're getting the best education inside the facility as they would in the free world.
Great. Well, again, congratulations for making it this far in the process, Lewis.
Thank you.
All right, Adam, how about you?
My name is Adam Brasher. I work at TCAT Crump as a Facility Support Associate. My job is to maintain and keep a safe working environment for the students and make sure they're comfortable and just stay on top of their day-to-day activities and whatever else might come up. Just go ahead and work on whatever we need to work on at the facilities. Not only our Crump facility, but we got different facilities we take care of too.
Okay. So my first question I think that our listeners would be really interested in learning about from you is, why do you like working at a TCAT? And maybe in some cases, people don't know what a TCAT is. So you might want to describe what your TCAT is providing to your community. We're going to start with someone different this time. I'm making eye contact with Lewis. There you go.
So TCAT is Tennessee College of Applied Technology. We're a vocation school. And
why do you like working there?
Why do I like working there? So I love working with people, for one. I've worked with people my whole life, and I took a job in Atlanta, Georgia for a little bit doing engineer work. And it was all data and numbers, and I hated every single minute of it. So I left that job, and I took this one. My job is very rewarding, seeing people, justice involved individuals, succeeding and getting help, and seeing and getting mentors that they've never had before. That's a rewarding feeling. And also, I have a lot of agency, which I've never really had before. So my boss, Dwight Murphy, President Murphy, he allows me to make errors, right? And he doesn't scold me when I do it, but he lets me learn from him. And I have made some errors, but I've learned from it. And Principal Greg at the prison there, she's worked very well with us, and she helps us keep our programs running and help them out.
Great. Adam?
Well, I work at TCAT, and TCAT is, like you said, College of Applied Technology, and I really enjoy working there because it's a great work environment, and you get to see the students' progress. Even though I'm a facility support associate, I see all kinds of different students, not just one program. I see a lot of different programs throughout the day. A lot of times I'm the first face they see in the morning, unlocking and stuff, and just try to keep a positive attitude and maybe show them, maybe pass that on to them the rest of the day, they can learn good and have a good learning environment. And I like to see, I'm probably touching on another question already, but the students, when they come in, I see them progress, from when they start, maybe start building that confidence up and just see them progress through our programs and getting them ready for the workforce. And I take enjoyment out of that, and I take pride in my work.
Yeah, that's great. All right, Barry, how about you? Why do you like working at a TCAT?
Absolutely. I love the fact that we change lives at TCAT. As Adam has shared, we see students when they're coming in for tours, orientation, they're afraid, they're terrified, they don't know the process. But to see them gain that confidence throughout their time at TCAT Murfreesboro is phenomenal. And to see them not only graduate, but have a job with minimum experience within a year to a year and a half. Mm-hmm. So I love the aspect that we change lives and change families for the better.
Yeah, that's good.
And when they get out, I might add, they got a minimum expense too, a lot of times. And they're ready to hit the workforce, within 12, 16 months a lot of times. So they're way ahead already, I think.
Yeah. Share a little bit more about how you are supporting students in your role, maybe getting a little bit more specific about the types of things that you do. Clearly, you all have kind of shared kind of a sense of purpose that you're getting through your positions, but or value for the work that you do. But what are the other ways that you're supporting students that folks might not be naturally aware of? Who wants to start?
I'll start. Yeah. I believe that one of the ways that we help support students is that we eliminate barriers. Our students have a lot of sacrifices when they come. They have to come at least 6 hours. Many of them come 6 hours a day. So they have barriers such as childcare, gas. Many of them are tired. So we provide supports systems to eliminate those barriers, such as a partnership that we have with mental health. We offer gas cards. So we try to be that support to them to ensure that they have the success that they need to graduate.
Yeah.
I want to touch on a little bit what Adam was saying. When they get out, and Barry too, they have these barriers. So I have a recent success story that I'm pretty proud of this guy.
Yeah.
He was in our CDL program, our truck driving program at the prison. And he made parole about 20 hours before completing the program. And our program takes them all the way from getting a CDL permit all the way to getting a full license before they leave. That's the goal. So he didn't get that full license. And he lives in, I believe it's Shelbyville. So he was working with TCAT Shelbyville, and he didn't have the funds to, he's fresh out of incarceration, so he didn't have the funds to go to school, and he was contacting FAFSA, and he didn't do it in a very timely manner, so he wasn't going to be able to get into the program when he wanted to. So he contacted me, and I worked with my president, and we wound up getting him a scholarship for our TCAT there, and we paid for a hotel room for him and everything. And so he went for a week. We got him out to Oneida. He went for a week, and he completed the course. He's got a CDL now. Now he's driving for a company here in Nashville. We're really proud of him, and we're going to be interviewing him next month. So look forward to that. It's going to be fun. But these guys, these guys get out, and like Barry's saying, they have these barriers. They either don't know how to, exist in the free world, for lack of better words, or they get nervous. They have trouble finding jobs. So one of my jobs is to work with them upon release and help them find jobs. If they have trouble, they can contact me, and sometimes it's just talking to them like, hey, that's probably not a good idea, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's simple as that. And they like talking to someone to share those experiences with, that they're, that they're succeeding.
Mm-hmm.
I had a guy call me, hey, I'm an electrician now, the building trades program was awesome. And he may not have someone else that he can call and brag to about that. So supporting the students is a big deal for us.
Yeah, you clearly are making a personal connection with them because they might not have other connections,
Sure.
folks to lean on. So you're serving in that role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like I said, in the mornings, I always got a smile on my face, open the doors for them. And I can tell, I don't know about a lot of home lives, but they're way before class starts, a lot of times. So I know they find comfort in the campus, or they would be elsewhere
Right.
early that morning. So that's good to know they're comfortable there, and when they're comfortable, they're willing to learn, and it just makes it easier on them. And just seeing them progress. And then, I mean, I've got a lot of interaction throughout the day I'm not tied down to one class, so a lot of the different students, and anything from jumping their car off to fixing flat tires, and just little stuff like that. Now, some of these students don't know how to do any of this, so it's just life lessons along the way. Maybe they can learn how to do some of these things,
Mm-hmm.
That's outside of their curriculum in class, and just life skills and building that. And I think it's a great thing.
Teach a man to fish.
Yeah. And I mean, I've been with Tennessee Board of Regents for 12 years, so I've had several student workers, all kinds of different student workers, and I've always had success with that, and they all appreciate it, and I appreciate them working too and showing the effort. And I've seen them, some students along the way more than others have disabilities. Everybody's not got the same deck of cards you got.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they need more support, and that's where they get it from. Maybe they don't trust other people, or maybe they don't have other people to look for and lean to. So I know one of my he wasn't a student worker at the time, but when he started, he didn't have a car in between classes, and for one semester, I went and picked him up and brought him home, and he worked through that, and he got in a situation where he was in between homes too, but anyway. And he got in a situation where he could get a car, and he went ahead and finished the school, and now he's got his own little lawn mowing business, and I still see him from time to time. And he might have had it and might have done fine without the help, but I feel like it helped him along the way, get through that tough point where he could get over that little plateau there and go on and be successful.
Yeah. Well, yes, we appreciate having folks like you on campus to help students in those other emergency kind of situations, and also just helping them navigate the life circumstances that they have. So obviously, our community and technical colleges are really in a place with their community to support not only their local workforce needs, but again, just the people who are in that community, helping them to rise up to better life circumstances. Can you, if you were to speak to a community partner from your position, what are the things that you would really encourage them to do to help support you in the work that you're doing? If you, I guess, had a wish list, so to speak, what would be on that list that you'd ask community partners? Adam, you want to start?
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that list, I guess, would consist mainly of keeping a close personal relationship between the institution, which TCAT in my case, and the industry around the area, the regional industry, because that's where we're really working closely on a day-to-day basis. I mean, different plants and different factories and all kinds of different industrial stuff we might need to cater to their needs. Like they might be on certain machines, in our industrial maintenance program, that we need to cover those machines and stay in tune with those on a quarterly basis or whatever. As long as we keep that good working relationship, our students can be filled in those positions at the regional area, and then other places too in general. But each area has got its own little needs. of our classes and little perks within our criteria of the general stuff. We got little stuff that each place kind of is individually, and keeping that personal relationship with them, so we can like our mission to provide the skill set for job employment and job advancement. If we're going to do that, we need to stay with the industrial round and make sure we're covered and keeping that relationship. And as technology changes, and they might change their stuff, that way for close relationship, we know what we need to do.
Right.
Yeah.
How about you, Barry?
Food insecurity is a big issue at TCATs that I've spoken, and especially at our TCAT as well. So I would encourage community partners we do have a food pantry that we provide to our students, but we can only provide non-perishable items. So I would love to be able to provide them with boxes that they can take home, food boxes that they can take home.
Sure.
To participate in it. I would love to provide other resources further than what we as an institution can provide, as far as to eliminate those barriers that I mentioned. If we could work with the community to provide child care resources, especially, and for our female students, we have, when they're pregnant and have children, they need those resources as well. So I would love to reach out to the community to provide those resources.
Okay, how about you, Lewis? What would you like if you could ask the community for support?
One of our biggest barriers inside the correction facility is, believe it or not, homework. Our students want to do homework, but because of the cost of the books and the security issue of bringing the books back and forth from the schoolhouse to their living units, a lot of items can be concealed. So they're not allowed to bring the books out of the schoolhouse. So it's hard for them to continue to study while they're in their living spaces and not at school, whereas a free world student can study, and we expect them to study at home. So the biggest ask that I would have is tablets. And there's companies that they create tablets specifically for justice-involved individuals. And this would allow us to buy textbooks in a virtual capacity, so they can bring those tablets, at least in a perfect world. They can bring those tablets to their living spaces and be able to study and do homework and prepare better for tests. And I think that'd be great. So that'd be my biggest ask. And for the community, I would ask that they just continue to support what we're doing. I've had in the past, not too many anymore, but when I first started, we got some negative feedback, on our programs. Why are you spending all this money to help these people and not us? And my biggest thing to them was, this is a corrections program. We're rehabilitating. We're not punishing. So I like to tell them, and these people, they are your community. They're not, they're not going to be locked behind bars forever. And when they get out, they're going to be one of two people, right? They're going to be like the CDL program. They're going to be driving a truck. They're going to be stealing a truck. Which one? Which one do you want them to do?
Right.
They're your neighbors. They're the guys that work, in the grocery store. They're working on your cars. They're, they could be working in your bank. They're everywhere. So why treat them differently than you would treat, any other college student? And that's just the biggest message that I would want to get out to the community is, at least where we're at, they do support us. But like I said, I have gotten some kind of rude responses before, and it's just not fair to them. So
Yeah, because they're not necessarily, the folks that you're serving are not folks who are going to be incarcerated forever.
That's correct.
They aren't committing that kind of crime,
That's
right?
correct.
So these are individuals who just, they've made some life decisions that weren't the best,
Yeah.
right?
So-
Right. So they're going to be back out in society, and we of course, would much rather have them be on the positive side of that than the negative side of that. So, yeah, no, I think that's very noble work that you're doing. So I hope, your community does. It sounds like they've come around, but that they continue to support you in that work. Well, each of you has shared a unique perspective of like how your role is supporting students, how you're feeling really positive about the work that you're doing at your institution. And again, you're being recognized for your contributions to your institution. I'm sure that there's students who would probably also name you as an example of a mentor or someone who helped them along the way. So thank you for doing that and for being who you are as well as being part of our TBR system.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you for listening to this edition of From the VC's Bookshelf, brought to you by TBR, the College System of Tennessee, powering the state's economy and changing the lives of thousands of graduates, starting successful careers each year. To learn more about upcoming book selections or to register to attend discussions live, visit tbr.edu/bookshelf.